If you ride dirt bikes, please, please, please wear a helmet. And this is why you should always wear a helmet, even if you're going around the yard, because it can happen so quick. Here is me in the hospital because I had a concussion. And then here's a picture of me a couple of days later. So please wear a helmet. All right, we're gonna get started on these rock sliders, but I gotta get started to get finished, so here we go. I can climb out from under this truck. Good grief. Holy moly, folks, I'm getting old. Hey guys, I'm back in the shop today. I'm at home all alone. My wife and son have went to my wife's mama's, my son's grandma. So I'm just piddling around in the shop. I'm actually going to be putting rock sliders today on the gold truck. The doggo's with me today. You can see him here. Say hi, Buster. He's not interested. Okay. All right, so let me show you what we've got. So I got the truck here. I got the rock slider just sitting on some jack stands, and I have some pieces over here, right here, that I'm gonna weld to the frame and to the rock slider, but basically I'm just gonna tack it, get the rock slider sitting there. I'm gonna put 3 gussets from the frame to the rock slider. I have 2 cut out because they're the same length. Then the frame jogs out. The frame jogs out in the back, so I'm gonna have to cut that one a different size. So I'm gonna tack these 2, get the jack stands out of it, and then I'll measure and cut the last one, get it on there, tack it on, and then I'm gonna cut them all off the frame, move them to the table, weld it out, and then paint it. So I probably won't end up completely finishing today, but I gotta get started to get finished, so here we go. Oh, I tell you what, getting old ain't for sissies. Having a lift is awesome, but I wanted to at least get it tacked, sitting on the ground so that everything looks right when the truck's sitting on the ground. So I'll definitely be putting the truck on the lift fully welded out, but as of right now, I'm just kind of mocking it up because I still got to cut it back off the frame. But now, hold itself there. Then I can get a measurement from my vacuum. Now I can get a measurement from the backward, cut it, tack it on, and then I can take it all off and weld her out. How's that gonna look? I think it's gonna be all right. Let's see, let's stand back at camera view. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So on the back, you can see I haven't cut the fenders yet, but I don't know if you can see, but there's a line right here that I'm gonna trim. So this line will just hit the end of the rock slider. So we'll be good there. Bring you over here to my saw, my little old Weld saw that I've cut so much stuff out on. It's an old saw that I bought from a guy just on a whim. And man, I tell you what, it's been the best little saw. So right now you can see I've got it set up on a 45 angle. I got the saw set up on a 45 angle because I was cutting these angles right here for the rock slider. They're actually cut just a little too long, so I want to chop some off of it, but I want to go to the other side, set it up, and cut the rock slider to length while I got the saw set up at 45. So that I only have to move my setup a couple of times, not many times. So I'm gonna set the other rock slider up on the other side, get a length, and then I can cut that angle, and then we can proceed to cutting the gussets, because the gussets are not on a 45, they're cut on a, well, actually like a 25-degree angle, not 45. So I have to reset up my saw. So give me a few minutes, we'll bring you back. I'll show you the cutting and all that, but I gotta set this up first. All right, I got my dimensions that I wanna cut. I just gotta slice off just a little bit. So we'll turn on our saw. Come on down with it with the hair. Start the cut. And then basically just let it cut. It's gonna take 10 minutes or so. Those rock sliders are a quarter wall, so it's cutting pretty hefty piece of angle there. I'm probably gonna have to do some trimming because this is eventually going to hit that. All right, let me show y'all what's going on and how I'm gonna fix it. So you see this right here? This is touching my piece I'm cutting. I can't have that because the blade won't go down any further. So what I'm gonna do is take a zip disc and cut it off here and cut it off here. And that will alleviate the problem and it'll let it trim the rest of it. So we're gonna pick this all up out of this cut. Got a zip disc right here. I'm gonna cut it. And we'll pull that out of the way. Can complete its cut. There it is, folks. All right. Now we can pull this piece out, and then I can adjust my bandsaw to the next cut to get a different angle. Okay. So I have a adjusted it to the correct angle because I marked it before I moved it last time. So if you can see this mark here, and I marked it all the way across. You can kind of, hopefully you can see it, but I've set it back to the right angle. So I'm gonna cut another one. So I'm gonna cut this bar. That's a 25-degree cut. But I gotta cut it twice because these ends I don't care so much. So, we'll just take a look. So, that's how that's done. Now you got a cut on both sides that are the same. If you can see how that looks. Cut on both sides that are the same. So now I'm gonna bring it up under there, tack it on, and then I'll do the other side. Got dirt all over it. Let me clean this off. Dirt's hard to weld. Don't like welding dirt. So got y'all under there. So I got my chalk here. I'm gonna put this up under here. Okay, I've got more. All right, just got the rock slider cut to the gusset cut to the right dimension. I'm gonna go tack it on, and then I'm gonna start on the other side. So, here we go. Tacked on. Oh. So that's one side fabbed up. So I'm not going to bore you with the details of doing the other side, but I'll bring you back when I cut it off and weld it all up. All right. Good morning, guys. I'm back in the shop today by myself. Barrett took a new job and he is currently working.
Good afternoon, folks. Barrett here, your friendly neighborhood water operator. I'm I'm coming to you from my camper trailer located in beautiful downtown Rayville, Louisiana. Um, I recently took on a new role at a large facility in Northeast Louisiana. I'm not going to name names, but if you're paying attention to the AI space at all, you can probably guess the project that I'm talking about. And an opportunity just recently came up to be part of this big facility. And so I stepped back from my role as water superintendent and came up here to run the water plant on this big construction project. It's a RO plant. Um, I have not had the opportunity to mess with RO in my career yet, so I saw this as an opportunity to learn something new. I love learning new stuff. I love tinkering with new equipment. And the ROs they're not new, they've been around, but you're seeing them getting used more and more. And these types of big facilities that are going in all over the place, RO seems to be the way that they're all moving to. So it's a new learning opportunity for me. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, I'll put a link down below. Anyway, that's my 2 cents for the day. I love you guys. God bless, and I'll see you next time.
He's gonna be like a week on, week off kind of deal. So you'll see him, but right now he is on the job. So I'm by myself in the shop building rock sliders for the gold truck. So I actually have one built and the other one's tacked together, but I'm going to show you exactly how I did it, and then I'll show you the process of fully welding it out and getting it on the truck. So what I have here's my rock slider. What I did, I took 2x4 quarter wall rectangle tubing. I measured it out from the length I want from the body line to where the new body line's gonna be when I trim this fender. So measured it out, cut it on 45s. If you can see, the ends are cut on 45s. I plated them, welded them together. So both ends are 45'd. And then basically I stuck it up under the truck kind of where I wanted it. And then cut me some square tubing that's also quarter wall. It's thick, it's heavy. This whole thing is really heavy. But I made me 3 basically gussets to hold it, and fully welded this out last night. So I was out here in my shop at like 10 o'clock last night welding this out. But I'll take you along on the other one because I've got 2 to do. So I've got this one built. The other one's just tacked together, but I tacked it all in place on the truck, and then I cut it back off the frame on this end and fully welded it out and then painted it. And now I'm gonna go hang it and weld it into the frame permanent. So that's what we're gonna do today, is we're gonna be working on rock sliders. And the real reason, like, I want rock sliders for sure because they help you not tear your body up. But the real reason is when I put it on the lift, when I put the truck on the lift, I don't have to get under there and look and be perfect on where I set it on the frame anymore. Because with the rock sliders, you can just slide it under and you can actually see. You don't have to get down on the ground and slide it under the frame, so that'd be so nice. Also, on a side note, if you ride dirt bikes, please, please, please wear a helmet. So I didn't film it, but Lucas blew his dirt bike up, so I had to totally rebuild it. So I had the engine completely apart. I'm talking about to the transmission. It was completely apart. We ended up putting a connecting rod and connecting rod bearing in it because the crank side of the rod, the bearing was just trashed. It was gone. So I had the dirt bike tore completely apart. I fixed it and then just went for a test ride. Just a test ride around the yard. And I ended up wrecking. I don't know what happened because I don't remember any of that. I gave myself a concussion, knocked myself out, and it was bad. I didn't have a helmet on. And I was just putting, well, I wasn't putting around the yard. I was gassing on it pretty good because I was trying to run it to see how the plug was, see if I was rich or lean or whatever. And I don't have pictures. Well, I do have pictures, but I don't have it on the GoPro. But I'm going to show you a picture on the phone of what happened to me. And this is why you should always, always wear a helmet. Here is me in the hospital because I had a concussion. And then here's a picture of me a couple of days later. So I ended up breaking my nose. My jaw wasn't sitting right. My teeth didn't line up like they're supposed to. I ended up tearing my labrum in my shoulder. It's real close to your rotator cuff. So I ended up messing that up and I hurt my ankle. Now, all that can be healed and my shoulder's still healing, but I'm so thankful that it wasn't worse because I could be dead or could be loony, I guess, is the correct word. But yeah, I could have messed my brain up because, man, I hit the ground hard. So please just wear a helmet if you ever go riding dirt bikes. It's just a smart thing to do. Here's my helmet sitting on the truck because I was riding it yesterday. And the bike was not hurt at all. The bike's good. So it's running fantastic. This is the best it's ever run. So just letting y'all know, please wear a helmet. All right, we're gonna get started on these rock sliders or get finished on them, but to get finished, we gotta get going, so. All right, I got the rock slider sitting on the lift. It's not in place just yet. Y'all just have to bear with me and I will get it set in place. It's probably gonna take a little bit. Oh, let's see if I can get this thing set right in place without it falling and killing me. clips before I send her home. Good grief and Moses. Straight with the body lines. So I put far enough off the body that it's not going to be horrible. All right, let's weld her out. So I don't like that weld. I'm gonna grind that weld back out because I was dumb and didn't prep my surface. And I should be prepping surfaces. Absolutely, I should be. So I'm gonna grind this weld back out. I'm gonna show you what happens if you look at this weld. All right, that weld has porosity in it, which means it's porous. Shouldn't be that way. It's because my frame's dirty, my pipe was a little dirty, and I thought I could just send it, but apparently not. So I'm gonna grind that weld back out. We're gonna try again. So y'all bear with me. Come on. Oh yeah, that looks way better. All right, let's do this side. Finished work to do on them. As you can see here, my chalk line coming up here. This is going to be the bottom of my slider, and I don't want stuff sticking down, so if you hit a rock in it, you don't want it to catch. So I'm going to cut this off level with the slider. I got to cut this one, and I got to cut this one because they stick down a little bit, you can see. So we're going to cut them out, and then I'll plate that and weld it all up. I'm gonna plate these ends. Lots of welding and stuff to do, so here we go. Let's see if I can set y'all in a place that won't get welding BBs and stuff. But I'm done with that for today. Well, until I get a grinder and polish her down with the grinder. Oh yeah, she's welded 100% solid though, so it's good to go. So let me get all my junk out from underneath this truck. Good light. Camera! And me. I can climb out from under this truck. Holy moly, folks, I'm getting old. All right. So, rock sliders are on, they're welded in. Now I can put the truck on the lift with the rock sliders. That's gonna be a fantastic addition to the truck. So I don't have to go halfway under to the frame. I can just kick the sliders under and see right there that, oh yeah, it's gonna hit and we're gonna lift up. So I like that. Thanks for watching. I love you guys. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you later.